Learn to crochet a hat, facilitated by Angela Ricketts. Welcome to a lesson on how to crochet a hat. First, we'll start with a couple of videos on why we crochet, crocheting becoming trendy. Then we're going to delve into the learning outcomes of this lesson. We're going to cover 3 basic stitches, a chain stitch, slip stitch, and a double crochet. The written pattern for the hat will be there. And then there'll be a video demonstrating how to crochet a hat. And then there'll be some closing remarks at the end. Learning outcomes. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to perform 3 crochet stitches, chain stitch, double crochet, and a slip stitch. You'll also be able to apply those 3 crochet stitches and create a hat. Evidence of these learning outcomes will be demonstrated when you post a comment and/or a picture of your completed hat on my social media. Tag at ang.ricketts38. Chain stitch. To complete a chain stitch, you'll wrap your yarn over your hook, which is called a yarn over. Then you'll use your crochet hook to pull the yarn through the slip knot loop on your hook. This is your first chain stitch completed. Double crochet stitch. You'll start with your yarn over your hook, then you'll insert your hook into the chain. You'll pull through the yarn through that stitch onto your hook. Then you'll yarn over again. You'll pull through 2 of the loops on your hook. Then you'll yarn over again and pull through the last 2 loops. Your double crochet is now complete. Slip stitch. You'll use this stitch mostly when you want to attach your pieces of work together. So you'll insert your hook into the stitches of the work you want to attach together. You'll pull the yarn through both of the stitches and then through the loop on your hook. And that is a slip stitch. Here you'll find the written pattern for the hat we're going to create. The materials are listed. There's some abbreviations there for which each stitch is and what it'll look like in the pattern. This pattern is created for the average side adult head. You're welcome to add stitches in order to make it longer by adding chains, or if you want to make it wider or smaller, you can do less or more rows. Please read through the pattern and follow along. The next slide will be a video demonstrating how to crochet this hat. Next, you'll see the demonstration of how to crochet a hat. Watch the video on the next slide. Feel free to pause at any moment. Questions or comments can be shared to my Instagram or Facebook pages by using @ang.ricketts38. Welcome to Learn to Crochet a Hat. First, you're going to grab your materials. We have a Bernat yarn and our 5mm hook. And now we're going to begin by chaining 40 chains. You just kind of want to tie a knot on your hook a little bit there by wrapping it around and pulling it through the loop. Then just pull it so it's a little bit snug on your hook. And now we're going to chain 40. You put the yarn over your hook, pull it through that loop, and there's your first chain. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to move your hands up to hold on to it to keep it a little steadier, that might help. You don't want to do these too tight because you're going to be working into them when we get to the end. So you just continue on and you do your 40 chains. Once you get to the end, you'll have a line. This is going to be the length of your hat. So if you imagine the top will be your head all the way down to the base of the hat. Now we're going to do our first row. So here we're going to do double crochets. You want to start in the 4th chain from the hook. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then into this 4th chain here, this is where we're going to put our hook and we're going to do our first stitch. So you're going to yarn over, You're going to insert your hook into that chain. You're going to yarn over your hook, pull it through the chain, and now you have 3 hoops or 3 loops on your hook. Now you're going to pull through 2 of those loops by yarn over the first 2 loops, pull that yarn through those loops. You're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through the next 2 loops. Like that. And that is your first double crochet. This entire hat is worked in just this 1 stitch of double crochets. So let's do that again into the next chain, and we're going to follow all the way down to the end. So yarn over, insert into the next chain, yarn over, pull the yarn through that chain. Again, you'll have those 3 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through just 2 of those loops. We're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through the last 2 loops. And there is your second double crochet. So let's do that again. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through the chain. You have 3 hooks, yarn over, pull through 2 of those, yarn over, pull through the other 2. So yarn over, and we're going to continue that all the way down till you get to the end of your chain. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over, pull through the last 2. So yarn over, insert into your chain, pull through 2, and the other 2. By now, you've likely got the hang of it. So now this is our first row. If you count down your row, you should have 37 double crochets. And now we're going to do our next row. So we're going to take our work, we're going to turn it, and we're going to work our second row. So you'll see that there's a V, that's the top of your stitch, right there, that V. And we're going to work everything into the back loop of the V in every row we do moving forward. So again, it's a double crochet stitch. You're going to yarn over, you're going to insert your hook into that back of the V, that back loop. You're going to yarn over, pull through that stitch, and here you should have 3 loops on your hook, just like when we did the first row. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. It's a little tricky on the first stitch because it's close to your hook. You'll have 2 left, yarn over, and pull through the last 2. So let's do the next stitch. Again, you're going to work in the back loop. The back of the V is where you want to work. So we're going to take the yarn over the hook, pull into that or insert into that back loop there, yarn over, pull through the loop. Here you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 of those loops, yarn over, and pull through the last 2 loops. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 of your loops, yarn over, and pull through the last 2. Yarn over, and then keep going all the way down your work, continuing in the back loops and completing the double crochet. It'll get easier as you go along. So here you see they'll do the last one. So yarn over, we're going to insert into that back loop, yarn over, pull through 2 of our loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2. And here are 2 rows of our work, double crochet. You're going to turn your work and you're going to continue on. You're going to work in that back loop of the V, so yarn over, insert your hook into that back loop, yarn over, bring through the stitch. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Like I said, the first stitch is a bit tricky, So sometimes you might have to go through sort of one of those at a time as you kind of work your hook through, so that you have 2 loops left, and then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Yarn over into the back loop there. We're going to pull a stitch through. We have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert to the back loop, yarn over, and through 2, yarn over, through the last 2. So now you're going to continue that all the way down your row till the end. Then you're going to turn and you're going to do it again. And you're going to keep going until you get to this point. At this point, it should fit around your head comfortably. That's how you know you have enough rows done. So just place it on your head. Now we're going to attach these together so that we have a tube. So you find the corner, insert your hook into the corner. Just got to find sort of where the stitch is and kind of work your hook into that corner. Yarn over and pull it through the loop and then pull it through the other loop. So now you've secured the corner, and we're going to do that same thing all the way down. So you can see the 2 rows there from one side to the other. You're just going to insert your hook through the stitch on the one side and then through the stitch on the next side. You're going to pull your yarn through both of those loops, then you're going to pull it through the loop on your hook. This is called a slip stitch. So you're going to slip stitch all the way down, attaching your 2 sides of your hat together. Pull through there and then pull through the loop on your hook. Slip stitch. So yeah, just continue that all the way down. Once you get to the end of your hat, sometimes you may have to readjust a bit just to make sure that your 2 sides are lined up together. Then we're going to attach the 2 corners together and complete our slip stitch there. Just pull the yarn through and then through the loop on our hook. And there you have your start of your hat. So this is a tube. So this should fit on your head a little bit snugly. So now we're just going to cut off our yarn and we're going to fasten off our work here. So just use your hook, or you can even use your fingers to pull the yarn through that loop like this, and then just pull it tight into a knot. Perfect. There we go. It's secured together. You've got a piece here, you can just tie those in a knot again, just to make sure it's nice and secure. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take some yarn and we're going to weave it all the way around the edge of your hat. And then we're going to cinch it together. So grab a needle. You've got a piece of your yarn you've cut off. And you're just going to, this is not my favorite part. Thread your needle. The crochet hooks have a little bit of a bigger hole, but they're still a bit tricky. And once you get your thread on, you're just going to, like I said, weave it through the top stitches. Try to get as close to the edge as you can as you go along, just weaving it in, as close as, like I said, to the edge of your hat, and continue to weave through all the way around your hat till you get to the end. So I'm just putting in my last little bit of weaving here, and I've gone all the way around. And then you just want to make sure you pull so you don't have any pieces kind of not pulled tight. Stand your hat up and then just literally pull it tight, and that closes off the top of your hat, which will make the top part of the hat. We've got nice and secure, and then we're just going to tie it in a knot up here to make sure it's nice and secure. I tend to do a double knot. Just tie it a couple times there. And then just cut off your yarn. And you've got these pieces here. You can work those into your hat, or you can leave them, whatever you want. It's on the inside. And then here is our hat, our beanie. If you want, you can fold up the bottom, however you like to wear it. And this is our finished beanie hat. And you can leave it like this, or you could add a pom-pom on the top, like I'm going to show you here. So I've got a whole bunch of pom-poms. Find the one that suits yours the best. in these pom-poms there's a elastic loop, and we're just going to put a piece of thread through that loop. Hello, Juno. Anytime we pull out these pom-poms, she comes running. So just pull a piece of your yarn through the loop there and just pull it. And then you've got your pom-pom on a string. We're going to go inside the hat, and we're going to go on either side of the hole and just bring our hook through. And we're going to take one side of the yarn there that's attached to our pom-pom, and we're going to pull it through. And now we're going to go on the other side here, pull the other side of the yarn through, just like that. And now we've got our two pieces of thread on the inside. We're just going to go inside the hat here, find those threads, and then we're just going to pull them tight, and we're going to tie them off nice and tight, so this will secure the pom-pom. So double knot there. Then you're just going to cut off the thread on either side, and then your pom-pom is secured. And there is your hat. You can roll it up like I said, and there we go. Great job. This is Anna sporting our hat here. Thank you so much. In closing, you've now read about how to complete 3 crochet stitches. You've watched a demonstration on how to crochet a hat. You've also read through the pattern. Now it's your time to create your own hat using your new skills. The next step is for you to create your own hat using either the written pattern or the video demonstration, and to post a picture or any comments on my social media with the tag at ange.rickes38 so that I can see that you've learned, and then I can also admire your work. Please feel free to reach out with any questions or feedback you have on this lesson to my Instagram or Facebook page. Can't wait to see everything you create.